All right, volume 11. I had recorded some from last night, but I forgot to turn my microphone back on after I recorded that commercial. But you would have heard music last night because they would have had that street concert, like Beer Street Social or whatever. And I've shown before, but it rained, so they probably canceled it. Remember, in 2023, they had all the stages set up, and then a storm came through, so they had to cancel. Sounds like music, actually. I wonder if they're doing it today, postponing it. They didn't last time. Now, if I could finally find a smoke alarm image. Oh. Uh-oh. Watch out, because here comes that picture of the melted Tellus. Yeah. I haven't seen that on an early volume, too. And all of a sudden, one of the first two. Can you hear it? I wonder if... One thing I thought it could be is this Fresh Air Fitness that 125 Live does for the public. But I don't think that could be. Thanks for refreshing there. They usually have it here. But since this whole area is being torn out, they're having it all the way down here in that section. I don't... Well, maybe you could hear it.
Engine 1, Truck 12, fire alarm at 401 6th Street Southwest. Engine 1, Truck 12, fire alarm at 401 6th Street Southwest.
Anyway. But yeah, I wouldn't think so because they don't have big speakers. It's just, like those party speakers, like Bluetooth party speakers like you'd see from Ion or Monster or whatever. The Sunbeam again. We've seen that though. Continuing on. What are you doing this? Because I have a YouTube video on. Or not on, but up. The Creative Raspberry. Oh, here's some Dicon 200, Charles Craft Lifesaver, and the Sunbeam. Like I said, several of us will be getting Dicon 200s here pretty soon. Let's see. Let me use an Amway. Cool. And then just tonight, the place I play drums at for concerts and stuff, they featured me as a member spotlight. So here's a picture of me. Picture that they took. It's my drums, and then here's the article. Still only 4 comments. Let's see if anyone else comments soon. Let's see if I can find anything in Guelph. Oh yeah, I think that's one of those cool GE ones. Or maybe not. Maybe that's the good old C1. If that's it, those things have been around for years. I think that actually is the C1. These. Yeah, I think it is. Well, this is Library of Congress. It sure looks like it. Yeah, I had one of these. And then I had one of those too, the GE ones. What I liked about that is it recorded too. Well, the C1 is just a player. Ooh, I like that blue one though. That's cool. Yeah, like I said, that GE one records too. Uh-oh, here we go. Oh, it's that. So it is confirmed that those use the 74R base SS718. If this will trigger photoelectric elevators, we'll see. Okay. Oh, there's another one of those. And as you can see here, this one does use an electromechanical horn. But this one doesn't have the LED. There's the Captain Kelly, GE. Those are stock images, of course. So the same ones that are... Sorry about the flashing. We have LED lights in here now. I don't even see. It's just the stock photos. And then the... Whoop! And the GE ones there. Of course, it's my fire and theft. And I guess that one's a little different. That one has smoke going up to it. Smoke signal. I've seen that box though. I haven't got one with mine. Ooh, battery with light. I don't think we've ever seen one of those yet. Alright, guys. There's your challenge. Find one of those. Also, another thing about that. I think so far that's even more rare than the CD400 because we have not seen that at all. At least we've seen several versions of the CD400, not versions, but instances of the CD400. And even that FB1L or FB3L, just seen in that one picture. I think so far I haven't had that page glitch since I've been back home. Maybe it had something to do with Mom and Dad's network, but I doubt it. Oh! I speak too soon. Oh my gosh. Whoa. I can't believe that. I can't believe that. Should have kept my big mouth shut. You know, I probably still would have done it. Green animal smoke starter. Can we see that? Yep. Oh, here's Centurion again. Probably the 9 volt because even though I was expensive for a 9 volt, I remember maybe it was the 11.2. Oh yeah, it is. Okay. First alert. Okay. Oh, here's that again. And also, something happened last night. If you remember my 3077 video, I talked about this elevator. Oh, good, because I didn't have to take this one up. The problem with this one is a couple weeks ago, I was coming up. It did this on the 10th floor simulation. It jolted to a stop, and then the display showed this. Then started it up again. Well, cleared the calls first, started it up again on my floor, did the same thing. Yeah, I've been trying not to take that elevator up. I did let the management know. Anyway. Well, we thought everything was A-okay because I just saw I emailed the manager, and I think she had it fixed because everything was smooth after that. Until last night when I heard this on the scanner. Sorry for the extra voice. I was playing Saints Row 2 and my player character decided to speak up at the wrong time.
Engine 16, Truck 12, elevator rescue at Fontaine Towers, 2, Street Southeast.
Engine 16, Truck 12, Shane Rock 2 East. Elevator rescue at Fontaine Towers can be elevator number 2, unknown floor. There's an elderly female trapped in there. The service agent there is telling their technician that they're freaking out but doesn't have any further information.
So yeah, elevator 2 is that one. So yeah, I don't think I'll be taking that one anytime soon. Again. Anyway, there's an SA-120 or 125. Nice. Remember this guard site there. Nice. I always say nice, even though a lot of times I edit it out. You can hear that crow. I think that's from the Honeywell box. And of course, you saw that. Well, there's one of those ESLs taken apart. And of course, that's the version with the Delta alarm. Again, I'd like to find one with the star buzzer. Huh. Like a demo unit. Cool. I wonder how long those were made, and maybe one of those actually used that piezo, the star piezo in the 3077s. And I'm going to alert Mom, too, when I call for pills, to let her not... I'm going to alert Mom this morning when I call, to alert her not to use that one elevator. There's Honeywell, finally. CD200. Lights and lamps. It's a funny ampersand symbol. You're gonna get to see one here. Yeah, there it is. Let's see. Air key detectors. You saw those. The Dicon 200 rebrands. 901 battery. 120 power hardwired. New tone. Guard site. 032. Probably battery powered. DU2A is the one with the louvers. West clocks. Travel alarm. Well, there it went. Oh no. Reset. And as you can see, we're doing smoke alarm now. And of course, we're starting out with teledynes, just like we did with the US. And the Charles Craft again. Even though, of course, it's truly Firenetics. Cool if we can find those. I think we might have seen a couple online in homes. And it's starting to ring 9, so another particle here. I'm gonna show it, yeah. Kind of. You can see the logos on them. Mine doesn't have that actually. Or even that one. I wonder if there were ever any that did. With the Filtro and then the Charles Craft again. You know what I think would be nice though? Is if they actually scan like the insert ads, like Kmart and Shopko and Target, and put in. You probably get a lot more results for smoke detectors then, smoke alarms and fans and stuff. Generally, I thought about, searching fire alarms, but we wouldn't see any advertisements for, systems or notification or stuff because you usually don't see that in newspapers. A lot of it would be like so-and-so to install new fire alarm system or like date and time fire alarm triggered at so-and-so apartments. And there's that one again, that Edwards. Great. Oh, there's the Guardian, older Guardian. And then the Edwards again. Trouble call, I kind of like that. Sally doesn't tell them the bottle. There's the Sears with light, and then the normal Sears that we've seen, we're used to. And again, it'd be nice if we could find some of these. If you're from Canada, and you have one of those to sell, or even several of them, post them on eBay for a cheap price, please. The Guardians, so like I was just saying, I'll go away. Little sidebar thing. FBL 3, I always get that mixed up. But yeah, we so far have not seen one of these in houses either, that I know of at least. It might be on a private server that hasn't been shared, to all of us. Definitely would like to find one of those too, of course. Your smoke guard. You get to see it. Noper. It said 800A, so. I sniffled like I was crying, but I'm not. I keep forgetting to look at the city names too. Shows it looking like the escape lights in the middle, but they didn't have that until the 1201 series. 1201 arrow. Certain column, whatever it is. First alert again. Well, that's interesting. Honeycomb? Probably one of those, whatchamacallit, the gas sensor type alarms. It doesn't really say what type of technology uses. Like I said, I think it's that certain sensor. I can't remember what it's called offhand. A Japanese sounding word. Taguchi, there we go. That type of sensor. Let's see, there it is. Yeah, we saw this one in the older volumes. Let's see. Just missed that stupid thing. Guard site there. And first alert. You want to read, just pause there. I'm just seeing first alert. I mean, Phillips. Have we ever seen one of them? Not sure. Yeah, an interesting article. Oh, Jaihan, even though it's showing the kind of thing. Yep. Jaihan 200. Okay. Fast response. If this would actually load. Just Guardian. Alright, searching in Ohio now. One close to where Gales gets to live. It's a suburb of Dayton. Well, that'd be nice if that happened nowadays. I have a scenario where we find a house with a whole bunch of cool smoke alarms here in Rochester, and then it's close by here, so I could go look at it. And then the realtor was planning on giving them new ones, so I could get the old ones. Well, here's the first alert. I say 67. We've been down in the Cincinnati area. I have a couple cool big flea markets down there. It's this one here, Trader's World. As you can see, it's a big group of interconnected buildings. Let's see if we'll be able to see it. They have non-ADA mass strobes with the square font. The last time I was there, as for firearms, they had the non-ADA mass horn strobes with the squared font. Just seeing if you could see one. Not really. There's a ceiling fan. Ceiling fan people. Light kit doesn't look right. So I'm trying to see if they see the alarms. They're up on the ceiling. Anyway. And then that's the other one right here. Or is this the one that has the mass ones? One of these two. They both look the same, so Yeah, we always try to go down there once a visit. Never found any smoke alarms there. ESL. That's the 330s. Those are extremely rare. And even the ADT in Arctic is even rarer. And that could be why they are rare. Gotta make sure to look at the article too, as well as the place. So that's supposed to be an alarm there hanging on the door. Oh, the firefighter. Nice. I always say nice. Come on. Had one of those smoke alarms, as you know. That kind of fell apart. Weak plastic. And of course, lost in the move, so. Oh, there we go again. Shout out to Vigil Smoke Alarm Media. I think this is one of those Light of Life ones. Yeah. It looks exactly like the ones I saw in Canada. The first floor with light. You've seen that graphic before, though, yeah. I don't know if they ever did come with 6-section ones. Maybe like a really rare variant that we haven't seen yet. You might hear that. So what you're hearing is this. There's jackhammering and stuff going on here on the 2nd Street ramp. Remember this one with the fire alarm going off? So they're doing that to preserve it for the next many years, hopefully. They were going to tear it down because they were going to build 2 buildings here. This developer from the Middle East, they're going to build a tower here, the one over there. They're going to have very, very limited parking, and even more because some of it would be like contract parking. But then they were sidelined, or not really sidelined, but blindsided by mail because they were going to build an extension to the Gonda building here, like 7 floors up there. And some would clinical and others be hotels. I think that's still going to happen, but it's put on the back burner because of the you-know-what. And as far as elevators, I think what they would have to do, or what they would have had to do if they canceled this, is have a sky lobby. So, like, you take the elevator up to here, then you get off, and then get on one and go up to the other levels. Yeah, I'm glad that they're keeping this because that hotel, it's got a direct connection to it. And then this building here has the Social Security office now. And people that come to my building use it. People that go to the government center use it for like city council meetings and driver's license and property tax stuff. The police station, they'll use it. And then if they have stuff downtown, like Thursdays or Riverside concerts or something at the Civic Center, they'll use this. So, yeah. I think they're glad that they're keeping it. And then all that is a sign that they're going to keep it long term, hopefully.